So a lot of you guys watching are really into Daygame. And there's a lot to be said for going out and approaching women during the day. It can be intimidating at first. The thought of walking up and talking to a woman during the day can often be a little scarier than thinking about doing it at night. But once you do it, once you start putting it into practice, often women are chattier, there's less competition, you're not trying to battle noise and crazy loud environments and drunk guys getting in your way and all that kind of stuff. Not to mention the fact that you've actually just walked up and talked to her, which instantly makes you stand out and instantly makes you interesting in her eyes. But I know that one of the frustrating things that comes up a lot in Daygame is guys quickly learn they can start to approach, they can start to get phone numbers, they've done all that work to have a good enough conversation that women will say, yes, I'll give you my phone number. And when guys go to line up a date and nothing. So they text her, they don't get a reply, or they'll text, they get a short reply, they try to text and line up a date, it just never seems to work out. And this kind of flaky behavior is super, super frustrating in Daygame. But it's actually not too hard to start radically reducing those flake rates. And today I'm going to show you one really simple strategy that I teach to all of my clients that I work with that you should employ right now that's going to help a super, super great amount. Keep watching to find out what that is. When it comes to trying to solve problems with women, one of the greatest ways to go about this is to ask yourself, what is it like from a woman's perspective? And so, you've got to think about a woman's walking around on the street, she's minding her own business, and suddenly a guy's talking to her, and the guy's talking to her, and all of a sudden, after a few minutes, he asks for her phone number and walks away. So what's going on in a woman's mind is, this guy randomly approached me, he seems nice, he got my number, but why does he want to see me again? What's going on here? I barely even know the guy. This is a little bit awkward, isn't it? This is a little bit strange. I mean, I said yes to the number, but yeah, I don't know. There's something like, this is unusual stuff going on here. And that's what a lot of women experience. And so they feel very unsure about actually going on a date with you because the whole thing was so out of the ordinary. Now, obviously things like teasing and playfulness and banter can really help a lot. But the truth is, 9 times out of 10, flaky behavior is caused by a lack of rapport. The problem in a Daygame interaction, especially when we're talking about women who are moving, so, it's different if you catch a woman on a lunch break, you sit down with her in the park, and you have a good chat with her for half an hour. Bit of a different story, but a lot of Daygame interactions are quite short, talking about 5 to 10 minutes. And so it's a really short time frame to ever hope of building any kind of reasonable rapport. So what can you do to lower your flake rate if you can't hope to build great rapport? Well, what I tell all my clients, and this works extremely well, when you're talking to women during the day, make one of your primary goals, well, you should have 2 primary goals. One is make it fun. Teasing, banter, having fun. But the second big goal you should have is find something about her that you think genuinely is really awesome. So, for example, I might be talking to a girl. Hey, where are you from? You can hear an accent there. Oh, I'm from Italy. Oh, cool, Italy. I haven't been there in many, many years, but I had a really great experience, actually. You Italians are really, really friendly to Australians who come in. I appreciated that a lot. What brings you to Australia? She talks about her story. She tells me that she has, she wanted to go on a holiday. She wanted to go somewhere new and just explore. She has a year off uni, so she decided to come to Australia. For me, there's something that's really cool. It's a sense of adventure. It's actually the courage to go, you know what, I'm going to go on this adventure all alone and I'm going to explore the world on my own. A lot of women don't have that kind of courage, and a lot of women don't have that willingness to just, explore and put themselves out there, and I think that's pretty cool. So what do? I tell her that, right? So I'll say to her, I actually really dig that. I dig that you are willing to just go on this adventure all on your own to a completely new country where you don't know a soul and just make a go of it. I think that's pretty damn cool. I don't think there's many women who would dare to do that. So what I've done is I've found something about her that she is probably proud of herself, and I've given her a really genuine compliment about it. This is powerful for a number of reasons. One is that compliments aren't bad, but weak, kind of ingenuine compliments are bad. So, giving a compliment, just go, oh, you're cute. Oh, you've got nice hair. Oh, I like the way you walk. Oh, you've got a nice smile. This stuff feels very vapid and fake, and it's generally not stuff that she really cares about. But when you find stuff about a woman that you think she is quite possibly proud about and sees as a positive attribute about herself, and you reflect that back to her in a genuine way, she'll like you for it. In fact, we all like people who do that for us. They reflect back our most positive attributes and they make us feel good about them. We like those people. So It's great for that reason. It makes you more likable. And again, you're only giving the one compliment. You're not constantly flooding her with compliments, just the one. Very well chosen. But the second reason it's great is it gives you a reason to want to see her again. So I've given her that compliment. We've had a bit more of a chat. I'll say, you know what? I know you've got to get to this tour that you're going on down by the Opera House. But you know what? I actually really dig that you're a girl who has a sense of adventure. And I'd like to have a coffee with you sometime and see if we click in person. So what I've done is I've referred back to the thing about her that I liked as the reason, as the why for wanting to see her again. And this is important because you're making her feel like she earned you wanting to see her again. Rather than you just talked at her for 5 minutes and then you asked for a number, she actually feels like she earned it. Why did she earn it? Because she was adventurous. You know, another example might be I meet a girl who's a nurse. Now, I happen to really appreciate nurses, so I will say that. I'll give a very genuine, heartfelt compliment about it. I'll say, you know what? I think nurses don't get enough, respect. I've been to hospital a couple of times in my life, and honestly, you nurses do the most horrible, not always, but you often have to do the most horrible work, and you get the least respect, and people are busy being sick and not being friendly to you at all, and you're still there to care about them and look after them, and the doctors get all the money and they get all the prestige, but you end up doing all the work, and you know what? I couldn't be a nurse. I don't have the fortitude to do that, like the mental fortitude to deal with that. But without nurses, the world would be a far worse place. I really respect that. So that's a well-chosen, really genuine compliment that I'm giving to a woman about something that she probably agrees with and probably feels about herself as well. And when you do that again, you massively reduce your flake rate because she feels good about herself. She feels like, wow, this guy has a genuine reason for wanting to see me again. He likes me for me, not just because I got a set of boobs. You've answered a lot of that stuff. And in so doing, you've made the whole thing a lot less awkward or strange in her mind to meet you again. So that's a way that you can massively reduce your flake rate. It's not going to eliminate it completely, but it's going to massively reduce it and give you far, far better results. If you really like this tip, give it a try. Let me know what your experiences are in the comments below. If you want to catch more of these, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the future events. I'm Damien. Have a fantastic weekend. Take care.